Did you know sellers can now look inside sealed packs of boxes and cards to see if there are any valuable hits in there before deciding whether or not to sell them to you? Before watching this video, you might have known to worry about all the problems with resealed wax packs, but now, as if we need another reason to worry about opening wax packs, this video will cover how sellers can now see what's inside sealed packs, all the bad scams that this may enable, and some of the positive applications of this new technology. Here's an example of some comments I've received on this. Even if this was possible, the equipment is too expensive to even make it practical. Well, that's not actually true right now, and this came out about a year ago, but there was an application engineer who purchased two CT scanners that were in pretty poor condition on eBay for $1,500, and in 3 months had repaired them into working order, and all he wanted to do was answer of what's inside the packs. And here's the problem. The only reason people are paying $5,400 for a sealed box of 2,000 Bowman Chrome football cards is because they hope they'll be one of the lucky ones to get this Tom Brady rookie card that's worth at least $2,500 in PSA 9 condition, and even more if it's a PSA 10. Or, this is a box I almost bought recently, the 1993 SP Derek Jeter box, which recently sold for $2,125 because even a PSA 9 Derek Jeter SP rookie card is worth $3,500. Now I know the foil makes a PSA 9 hard condition to get, but you can see where I'm going with this. And last but not least in this example is people have paid $250,000 for a sealed box of 1986 Fleer basketball cards, all because we know that the Michael Jordan rookie card is in there. It's worth $20,000 in PSA 9 condition, and there's a lot of awesome cards in that set. So let's talk about what CT scanning is. Just like when you go to the doctor and they do a CT scan, this is a series of x-rays which come at all different angles, and they can measure basically what's inside the body and create a three-dimensional computer map, and they do it layer by layer until they have a complete 3D model of what's going on inside. So if you can think about this application in the medical industry, you can understand how it's now coming to the baseball card industry. Enter Industrial Inspection Consulting LLC. They say that they've now made public all the CT scanning that's been going on in secret in the hobby, and they're bringing X-ray vision to you and the masses. So they said, if you haven't heard, we are able to identify cards inside of sealed collectible products. They believe this technology is here to stay and that they want to make it available for everyone equally and affordable because it will level the playing field. And that's where I got this example from. This is from their website where they had a 2,000 Bowman Chrome pack, and they're able to see inside the pack without opening it that Tom Brady's rookie card was in there, and you can see that it was off center. So before someone even decides to open this pack or sell it, they know what the valuable cards are in there and just what they might grade. Here's another example where they took a Topps Mercury case, looked inside, and found this Victor Wembanyama autograph. I believe it's a rookie patch auto card because you can see the square cut out and it's numbered out of 50. And they're able to see that before they even decide whether they're going to open the box. So I've also gotten some comments, well, very few people have access to these machines, and the ones that do, you'll never know about it. Well, that's not true anymore, because Industrial Inspection Consulting has made these services available to you right now for a price. And actually reading through these prices for what it costs to scan an entire box or a case, it's not outrageous. It might be $10 or more per pack in there, and there's a lot of these cards where it's actually worth doing that. So the negative impact of the hobby is enormous. This creates an unfair advantage. All the advantage goes to the ones who have the data. I think it destroys the spirit of the hobby. I think the excitement of randomness of opening packs, which is kind of the core part of baseball card collecting, scanning has turned this into a big profit-seeking hunt. Sellers can now pull out packs with the hits and sell the rest of the case. Scanned boxes are cherry-picked, and then they can sell off the duds to us who think we still have a shot at getting great cards. So this raises all sorts of ethical concerns. Should this be disclosed? Are they doing this in secret? I think there's a lot of cases for scams and frauds in this case. And this includes, unfortunately, PSA graded packs. So in the past, PSA, if they encapsulate a pack, they were really assuring you that it was authentic and it hadn't been opened or resealed. But now they can't assure you that someone has gotten that pack, looked inside with a CT scanner, and determined there were no good cards in it, and now are selling it to you when you think you're paying a premium for it to see if you can hit the Tom Brady rookie or the Jordan rookie or the Jeter rookie. Now, interestingly enough, in my research, there are some positive impacts to the industry on this, so it's not all bad news, as this technology does provide fraud protection for buyers and non-destructive verification of products, and I found a couple examples. In this case, a very prestigious auction took place, and someone bought a $30,000 case of Pokemon cards. And I'm a baseball card guy, so that seems crazy to me, but if you told me it was $30,000 for 86 Fleer basketball, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. So anyway, when they got the pack from the auction house, they noticed a few things that didn't quite make sense in the artwork, and they thought it might not be legitimate. So they went to this company who used their CT scanner, and they were able to verify that this is a phony box, and they were able to get their money back from the auction house and get the seller in trouble. And they were able to do that by seeing what was inside, how few packs were in there, and the fact that they weren't looking like Pokemon cards. The whole thing is up there. And actually, it only cost them $225 to have this box, looked at to see whether it was authentic or not. On a $30,000 pack of cards, that's actually really, really good insurance. The other positive case I think I've come across is if you had, for example, some really old tobacco cards, like you had sealed tobacco product and you were wondering whether you should open it or not. I think this is really interesting because you wouldn't want to deprive the hobby from seeing one more Honus Wagner card, a Ty Cobb, or a Cy Young card that's inside your sealed pack, and the world may never see it and you never know. But at the same time, you don't want to open it and find out it didn't have a baseball card at all, or that it was kind of a dud and you should have left it sealed. And so they did do this for some packs here, and they actually showed for this pack on the picture here that there was no baseball card inside, which is wild. So what am I going to do with this information? Well, first part is to make this video. I want to warn everyone I can, because apparently this has been happening in the hobby longer than I was aware of, and now I've started to really dig into it. Number two, I'm going to continue to focus on graded cards because they are literally transparent. You can see the card you're buying. It's pretty much agreed upon what the value is of it. When you get sick of the card, you can pretty much sell it for that same price, depending on what the market does, and there's no scams or hidden things with that. Now, of course, we have to believe the grading, and people are creating false slabs and fake slabs and stuff. But for the most part, I feel a lot safer with graded cards like this and than I do with now packs that may have been scanned before I bought them. I'll also continue to open lower value packs for fun, packs where it doesn't make sense to pay for the CT scanning services, and that my kids and I just have fun opening and those types of things. And I will be even more wary of sealed product. Like I mentioned, I was thinking about opening a case of those $2,000 1993 SP until I came across this. So please be on the watch out. Enter in the comments if you're familiar with this. If you've had any issues, I've recently had a lot of issues with resealed wax that I purchased, and I know I got a lot of duds in the 70s and even early 80s. But if you've heard of CT scanning, have any questions, put it in the comments, and make sure to check out one of these other videos. YouTube says you're going to love it.